Hello boys and welcome back to KaiserReich. Today we're here again in our game where we ran it from World War I to KaiserReich. We kind of saw what happened there. It was a really good episode last time. A lot of you wanted me to make a part 2 because we sort of ended up in this weird cliffhanger where we have these two internationals, the third and the fourth, and they're both communist and they're both competing for the world from each other. So it's two communist powers this time. Now we'll give you a brief update on Cold War to Millennium Dawn. The save seems to be completely broken. I don't know what happened. It was working just fine before. Now for some reason I can't get it to run without crashing. So I'm looking into my options, but for now I can't record it because the save will just not work. Obviously I am looking into ways to how I can either replicate the save or save the save itself. If you have any suggestions on how you've gotten corrupted saves to work, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. Really quick and big thanks to all my patrons. Cody Venturini, if that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I didn't say it right. Infinitum Gamer, Jeremy Houston, Paxis, Rodney, and Samuel Bjornson. I really appreciate all of your support. And if you would like to become a patron yourself to see more of these cool videos be put out, then I would recommend going and checking out the Patreon yourself. There's a link in the description. Alright boys, what's actually happening in this world? I'm watching as the Pacific States of America right now. And of course, they are being conquered by the Mexicans and the combined syndicates of America at the same time. So their outlook on survival here, their chance of survival here is not that high. But they did just join the co-prosperity sphere, which means they could end up joining Japan. And Japan could join the war, and then possibly they stay alive longer, but it doesn't seem like they've joined it yet. Georgia was also just annexed by the Russians. Rest in peace. They're going after all the Caucasus nations now. Azerbaijan and Armenia are probably up next. Japan, if you guys remember, is also in a war with the Germans, who are still around in Africa and their colonies and stuff, and actually the whole of China. So they're fighting the Qing right now. It looks like the Qing have somewhat of an early advantage. Their divisions, but I think they're actually outnumbered division-wise once all of the Japanese get here to support their puppets. Oh, look at that. Canada declared war on America again. The heck? They lost last time. 31 divisions isn't going to cut it, Canada. I'm sorry. Well, they've surprise attacked the Americans on the East Coast. They're about to walk into Boston, and they're pretty close to Detroit, actually, except all these guys are encircled. Whoa! Okay. So, Spain, obviously, as well, was being invaded by the French and the French allies, because the Spanish actually ended up defeating the communist Spanish in the Civil War, and the Kingdom of Spain survived. But as you can see, the French and their communist bloc didn't like that, and they want to spread communism to Spain, so they are invading it. And all of their puppets have taken stuff, like Austria took Spanish Africa, Flanders ended up taking Valencia and Murcia, and looks like the German Social Republic is taking stuff in the north, except it's probably all just gonna go to France afterwards. And there it is. Spain was annexed. It'll be released, though, as a puppet. Yep, there she is. This guy lost the Spanish Civil War, but they've been revived by the French, just like the Socialist Republic of Italy died, but it was also revived by the French. Whoa, the Commune of France is justifying war goals against Egypt, which is very much interesting. I guess they do border it technically right here, which would drag them into a war with the entirety of the Cairo Pact, which I believe Saudi Arabia might actually have the most divisions. And I did not also realize the Fourth International, aka Russia's bloc, is somehow at war with the Entente. I didn't even realize that either. Combined Syndicates of America should probably choose a side eventually, whether that's the Third or the Fourth International. Whoa! Okay, French Empire declared war on Commune of France. That's not going to work out for you very well, French Empire. That's actually going to drag the whole Entente against the Third International as well. Jeez, this just gets crazier every time. I don't think this is going to end very well for the Entente. Portugal is about to get invaded. Dominion of India is probably going to fall to the Fourth International. And Egypt and Saudi Arabia have the chance of falling to the Third International. The Cold War buildup just continues, boys. The Entente have made a landing against the Americans. And rest in peace, Pacific States of America. They've taken Boston and most of Massachusetts. What just happened here, by the way? Argentine community declared war on Bolivia. Okay. But this is actually a little dangerous because it seems like the Entente's divisions are stronger than the American divisions, but I'm not too sure. They also control New York, but that's probably going to fall. Portugal has fallen, boys. Rest in peace, Portugal. Porto is the last city remaining. Most of their army was encircled and destroyed. I think I'm just going to let the world time-lapse for a little bit, boys, unless something major happens, because I think this is definitely, like, the World War part of this series before everything hits the fan. We got war in Asia, we have war in the Americas, we have war in Europe. It's gonna keep getting crazier. So let's just time-lapse this for a little while and see how it goes. Well, boys, that was quite a time lapse to watch. Tons happened in it. Nothing really major ended, though. We did watch a lot of the war in North Africa happen, as well as the war in Asia, which is getting crazier. Tons of stuff happened in South America, as well as the war finishing up in North America. Truly is a world war at this moment. Let's focus on North Africa, though, and Africa as a whole. The Germans actually joined the war against the French Empire, as well as the Cairo Pact joining the war against the Commune of France and their puppets. Libya, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia are trying to resist the Commune of France's advances into... The Commune of France's advances, I like that. I like that word, those words together. They're trying to resist their push into their territory in Africa, as well as the French Empire on its last stand here in Tunis. Although it looks like they're about to lose it because it's not being guarded. Central America annexed the rest of the United Provinces of America, as well as the Mexicans and the Combined Syndicates of America ended the Pacific States. So rest in peace. Although Hawaii is still alive, so congratulations, Hawaii. I'm not quite sure how Japan is beating both Russia with the Fourth International behind them and the Qing at the same time, but they're doing it and it's pretty awesome. It looks like Manchuria is just a really strong puppet, 101 divisions, and quite the factory and manpower count. Whoa, there was actually a peace deal, look at that. Okay, so that is rest in peace to the French Empire Free Liberia actually did get a state. Look at that, they have Sierra Leone. That's pretty awesome. Commune of France took 20 states. German government in exile took 2 states. That must just be something over here in Africa. And French Empire was annexed. Rest in peace, Entente. I think that's the last Entente member to go. Now the war between the Cairo Pact and the Third International will continue. Oh, look at this. Puppets are being released. Senegal was just released. Yep, Africa is being carved up and released as nations. France is literally the puppet king. I mean, look at how many puppets they have. They have to have like in the 30s of puppets. Guys, there's another communist faction that has risen up. I'm not sure how long it's been here, but we have the Indo-Chinese Union and Burma and the sort of communists in India have all risen up and declared war on both Siam and the sort of and the rest of India to try to unite these guys into a local socialist superpower. I know it's kind of a meme to make the comparison, but possibly 1984 in the future? The Arabs that are attempting to defend against the French advances, it's all for naught. The French are coming and there's nothing that the Egyptians and the Saudis can do to stop it. This whole portion of their army has now been encircled. Rest in peace. Naval invasions are doing tons of damage to Egypt as well, and the Saudis are next. I thought my game crashed for a second, but no. The Cairo Pact just capitulated. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Libya were all annexed by France, and they're all just about to get released as puppets. We will see here in a sec. Alright, it's quite annoying that France keeps this piece, but whatever. Also, they've decided that they want to keep this bit of Egypt as well as the strait here, which makes a lot of sense actually. They've puppeted Kurdistan, Syria, and Palestine, as well as the Arabian Socialist Republic, the Egyptian Republic, and all the rest. So the Cairo Pact is no more. It's just the Third and the Fourth International. What is even left for France to even conquer? Now they're doing World Revolution. So grants national spirit, revolutionary spirit, which justify war goal time, minus 30%. Yemen declared war on Muscat. Okay. Well, boys, that's probably going to have to do it for this one. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you liked this episode, make sure to hit like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys are new. We're almost at 30K, so make sure to subscribe. It's been awesome seeing all the subscribers pouring in recently. We'll probably do a last final part of this where if we can't get them to do it themselves, we'll force the Third and the Fourth Internationals to go to war with each other and see who is the ultimate communist power in the world. But anyways, boys, I'll see you guys all next time. Make sure to go check out my Patreon if you guys are interested. Peace.